Alright, guys, rolling into this. This is part 3 of. Is this 3? Or 2?
Jason, please skip a couple of those.
Oh, yeah, this is part 2. So, this is part 2 of the West Memphis 3. Pardon our absent-mindedness. It's been a long week. Yeah. It's been a long week. Alright, so when we first started, yeah, this is actually one. This is part 2. So where we left off is that we were introduced to Baldwin and Eccles.
The names.
Not the names, the noise you just made with your drink. It's all. Yeah. Did you finish?
Also, thank you for the root beer.
Yeah, I told Ramon, I was like, we need to get you something to fucking calm you down. Like, you were pissed. I saw how red you were. So I was like...
I actually threw boxes.
I was like...
One of those boxes being a clay pick pack.
Yikes. I was like, we gotta go ahead and get him some drinks. Like, we went over to the one over here. They didn't want to answer the fucking door because it's ring the bell to get let in after 12. So we walked over to 7-Eleven. I was like, let's get this, dude. Alright, back to it. We're just gonna keep going rolling with the shit, guys. At the time, Eccles' family was poor and received frequent visits from social workers, and he rarely attended school. He and a girlfriend had run off and later broken into a trailer during a rainstorm. They were both arrested, although only Eccles was charged with burglary because he was the one that broke in. And probably because his girlfriend was a minor, so...
Technically, they both were minors.
Yeah, but he was 18.
Really?
He was 18.
What was his girl's age?
I don't know.
That's another concern now.
Yeah. I was all I know is like back then, like if you were like if you were a minor, you were released to the custody of your parents, and like depending on the charge though too. Eccles spent several months in a mental institution in Arkansas. Arkansas. I always fucking say that word. That one state wrong. Arkansas. And afterwards received a full disability status from the Social Security Administration. During Eccles' trial, Dr. George W. Woods testified for the defense that Eccles suffered from serious mental illness characterized by grandiose and persecutory delusions, auditory and visual hallucinations, disordered thought processes, substantial lack of insight, and chronic incapacitating mood swings. So that kind of sounds like bouts of schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. Like a mixture of the two.
Probably both.
Yeah.
And as I searched up people, the 90s is the start of when mental health actually started to improve, but it was still not at the level it is nowadays.
Alright. At his death penalty sentencing hearing, Eccles, psychologist reported that months before the murders, Eccles had claimed that he had obtained superpowers by drinking human blood. At the time of his arrest, Eccles was working part-time with the roofing company and was expecting a child with his girlfriend, Dominique Tier. Alright. So Chris Morgan and Brian Holland. Early in the investigation, the WMPD briefly regarded 2 West Memphis teenagers as suspects. Chris Morgan and Brian Holland, both with drug offense histories, had abruptly departed for Oceanside, California 4 days after the bodies were discovered. Morgan was presumed to be the least casually familiar with the 3 murdered boys, having previously driven an ice cream truck route in their neighborhood. Arrested in Riverside on May 17, 1993, Morgan and Holland both took polygraph exams administered by California police. Examiners reported that both men's charts indicated deception that when they denied involvement in the murders. During subsequent questioning, Morgan claimed a long history of drug and alcohol use, along with blackouts and memory lapses. He claimed that he might have killed the victims, but quickly recanted this part of the statement. California police sent blood and urine samples from Morgan and Holland to WMPD, but there was no indication WMPD investigated Morgan or Holland as suspects following the arrest in California. The relevance of Morgan's recanted statement would be later debated in trial, but it was eventually barred from admission as evidence. Damn.
Technically, a lot of fucking issues during the 90s. That was the start of improvement for evidence gathering and stuff of that nature.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, still people would get blamed for shit they might not have done. It wouldn't have mattered how hard they tried.
Ooh. Those are good.
Oh, I wanted to try it.
They're so good.
I can tell because of one thing. Salsa verde is already a good sign. And two, Tostitos.
Side distraction. When I went to, last time I saw DBS, yeah, I got like way baked. I was baked as a fucking cake. I went to we were at the dive bar. Thank you. We're at the dive bar. And there's a small little liquor store right there. I went in there because I was like fucking baked as shit. So I was gonna go get some munchies. I visited a fucking bag. I grabbed. I was sitting there all cool eating my chips, and they wouldn't let me in there in the bar. So I sat there all sad. I had to finish my chips. No, that was like what, 2 years ago? You know, last year. It was last year before the pandemic really like kicked in. That shit was funny. Alright, here we go. Mr. Bojangles. The sighting of a black male as a possible alternate and a suspect was implied during the beginning of the Miss Kelly trial. According to local West Memphis police officers, on the evening of May 5th, 1993, at 8:42, workers in Miss Bojangles' restaurant, located about a mile from the crime scene in the Robin Hood Hills, reported seeing a black male who seemed mentally disoriented. Inside the restaurant's ladies' room, the man was bleeding and had been brushed against about restroom walls. Officer Regina Meeks responded to the call, taking the restaurant's manager's report. Though through the eatery's drive-through window, by then the man had left. The police did not enter the restroom on that day. The day of the victims' bodies were found, Bojangles manager Marty King, thinking there was a possible connection to the bloody man found in the bathroom, reported the incident to police officers, who then inspected the ladies' room. King gave the officers a pair of sunglasses he thought a man had left behind. The detectives took some blood samples from the walls and tiles of the restroom. Police Detective Bryn Ridge testified that he later lost those blood scrapings. Hair identified belonging to a black male was later found and recovered from the sheet wrapped around one of the victims. Alright, so this is where I have an issue, a great big issue here. The officer responding to the call should have already investigated the room and the ladies' room as is, because it could be an active possible crime scene. What the fuck was she doing? Just taking a thing and not a statement and not even investigating it, or even calling for backup, or even a supervisor. It
wouldn't have mattered if they found bodies or not. At that point, they should have been over there in the same.
Yeah, she should have already had called for a supervisor to be on scene so that they could analyze the fuck.
Analyze.
Thank you. I can't talk for shit today. I never can talk right now, guys. I've just been like on my own fucking weird little weirdness. ASMR. Alright. Oh, thank you.
If you're all curious, I'm eating her chips.
Yep. I have chips and pickles, and I need a refill. Do I have any cash? No, I don't. I don't want to do it. That was funny, though. Alright. There you are. Wait, I know I have a doll hair. Hold on. No, where'd it go? Wait, there's a quarter. I'm gonna try to get a soda. Hold on, guys. I have everything else but what I need. Oh my god, that was at the tattoo shop. I was also there like, I have everything I need. It's just waiting. It was just me waiting for the time. Oh, yay. Alright, guys. I'm going to take a pause for the cause, and I'm going to let Golden Matthew put his input on his opinion on all this stuff. Here, just hold my phone. Don't drop it, please. I don't have a screen protector yet. Yeah, make sure no one messes with my shit either.
If you're all curious, I am eating, so. But my thought process of it is as simple as this. 1, definitely a small town. 2, some of them will probably judge simply because of either racial issues or mental issues, aka differences. And since it's a small town, that's already an issue. 3, people do not check shit back in the past, especially. Either someone had stuff being avoided, bribery going on, or some other shit.
Fucking thing almost ate my quarter.
You're about to be salty.
I was about to be fucking salty. I'm gonna shake the fucking thing. Okay.
You're not getting help right now.
Wait.
You can do this.
Wait.
Run in the park. Probably hurt like a bitch.
I fucking gut checked myself. Ow. Alright.
And if you're curious, one thing I did say is there's a very high chance that bribery is going on.
We don't know yet for sure.
But it's very possible.
Could be not. Well, let's continue on. Okay, for the record, guys, if you heard me struggling, I try to get up on the counter and I can't, so I'm short.
And I can hop up it.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. Investigation. Finally. Evidence in interviews. Police officers James Sadbury and Steve Jones felt that the crime had cult overtones. And this is what I'm going to tell you guys right now. Alright? If you're from a small town, you show any ounce of weirdness or differences, they will automatically throw your ass under the bus and assume you're a devil worshiper.
Whether you did anything or not.
Yeah, whether if you're in a cult, read upon occult situations or whatever backgrounds, or dress in black, listen to metal, they will automatically label you that. You want to say hi to the podcast, Jack?
Yeah.
Say hello.
Hi.
Oh, dear God. What?
What are we talking about?
West Memphis 3 murders. You ever heard of them?
Nope.
3. Okay, yeah, you can hit. It doesn't hurt now, and now you can do it. And it's got my ointment on there.
Greasy stuff.
It's my ointment.
Oh, that one thing.
Not Andy.
Aquaphor?
No. Hustle butter.
This is specifically for tattoos?
Mm-hmm. It's pricey as shit, but worth it.
One
Hold on. Wait,
more.
I want one. I just gotta put this in my bag yet. Here. Yay! Thank you. All right.
Golden Matthew will share.
Yeah, Golden Matthew spoils me. And I dropped my pickle. What did he say?
That once we get more hires, we actually will be able to work more to get on it together more often.
Yeah. Those pointless. Out of fear. That's kidding. Alright, I know. I mean, I've been in toys like off and on, but it's alright. Alright, where did we leave off?
Paper came off and on.
Yeah. Alright, here we go. I'm rereading this, guys. I got distracted. So,
Chip, soda,
yeah, chip,
Jack.
soda, Jack. Okay, that's good.
This is good to me.
Alright. Police officers James Sadbury and Steve Jones felt like the crime had cult overtones, and that Damien Echols might be a suspect because he had an interest in occultism. And Jones felt Echols was capable of murdering children. Okay, so like I said, guys, when I was watching the documentary and stuff like that, they automatically pinpointed them as weird because they were the odd people out. They were the odd ones out. Like, the way they dressed, the music they listened to, the crowd they kept. You know, they kept to themselves, and they were...
Whether we like it or not, racial issues still exist.
Yeah, well, it was
much heavier still back then.
Yeah, well, these were 3, like, Caucasian boys. But still... In a form of, like, throwing people under the bus, like, being, like, thrown in, like, saying that you're into the occult is when you're, like, literally just based on appearance alone. That's fucking, that's a part of being prejudiced against, you know. I mean, I hate to say it, but, like, I'm not throwing my own 2 cents in there because I actually did experience that in the small town I went to school in because I wore black all the time. Wore black makeup, all this other shit. People thought I was a devil worshiper, and that's what they pegged me at. Even my own fucking family, they don't listen to this shit anyways because they're not that supportive. I mean, I have cousins and my sister and everyone else that are supportive, but the other family that used to say shit to me, yeah, they don't listen to this shit. They would be offended if I even brought it up. But yeah, they would literally accuse me of being a witch or a devil worshiper. I'm like, what the fuck ever. Anyways, carrying on. During the polygraph examination, he denied any involvement in the polygraph examiner's claim that Echols' chart indicated deception. You know what? They've been saying that too. Like, they were like during that whole documentary, it was every time they had a polygraph, it would come up as being deceptive. But when you're doing a polygraph, it goes based on nerve waves and shit like that. So if you cough or whatever, it's still, and like do some type of weird body movement, it's still gonna pick up as deception. So either way, it's kind of like a condescending test to be exact.
And with the case of they get these with the picnic in there,
yeah,
it's even harder then.
Exactly. All right, here we go. On May 9th. During a formal interview by Detective Bryn Ridge, Echols mentioned that one of the victims had wounds to the genitals. Law enforcement viewed his knowledge as incriminating. But then again, when they were arrested, word got around on how the kids died. So it could have been like, is it true? Like a questioning question, or maybe it was like a statement that he kind of they assumed it was like a form of admission.
Or was it a situation where people thought that you did it and wanted revenge?
After a month had passed with little progress in the case, police continued to focus their investigation upon Echols, interrogating him more frequently than any other person. Nonetheless, they claimed that he was not regarded as a direct suspect but a source of information. On June 3rd, the police interrogated Jesse Miskelly Jr. despite his reported IQ of 72, categorizing him as a borderline intellectual functioning and his status as a minor. Miskelly was questioned alone. His parents were not present during the interrogation. That actually is illegal because he is a minor. You can't do that. You can't do that without a parent present.
So many issues with this case.
Yeah, there is a lot of fucking discrepancies because you have a police officer who didn't mark off a scene that could have been a possibility, like a.
That's why I mentioned burglary.
Yeah, no, like possible crime scene. It's just like, and then this is the same officer that was called during when the kids were first reported missing. So we just don't know. And then it's gonna take a lot of turns here. So let's see. Miss Kelly's father gave permission for Miss Kelly to go to the police, but did not explicitly give permission for his son to be questioned or interrogated. That's where This is where they kind of think it kind of fucked up over here. Miss Kelly was questioned for roughly 12 hours. Only 2 segments, totaling 46 minutes, were recorded. That's not right at all. They should have recorded everything. Miss Kelly quickly recanted his confession, citing intimidation, coercion, fatigue, and veiled threats from the police. That I fucking believe. I fucking believe that because
especially with how they are doing them.
Yeah, especially how they have how they brought him in for questioning, like that they violated so many fucking steps there.
I have a disturbing theory already.
Okay, let's continue on before we bring up our theories. Alright. Miss Kelly specifically said that he was scared of the police during the confession, though he was informed of his Miranda rights, so he was Mirandized. Miss Kelly later claimed he did not fully understand them, so they were not really explained. They didn't really explain what the Miranda rights were to him. So, in 96, the Arkansas Supreme Court ruled that Miss Kelly's confession was voluntary and he did, in fact, understand the Miranda warning and consequences. Portions of Miss Kelly's statements to the police were leaked to the press and reported on the front page of the Memphis Commercial Appeal before any of the trials began. That's another problem I fucking have. There's always a fucking mole.
And there's always
there's always a fucking leak in some type of thing that where cases are supposed to be like tight-lipped and not spoken about, all of a sudden it shows up in the fucking paper, and then it says a credible source. You automatically know that's a cop or a detective or someone that knows about it,
or someone who's just been close enough.
Yeah, it's like word of mouth. You can't fucking get away with it. So it's like always a word of mouth. I knew that.
If you want a disturbing theory for me, just ask. She must drink her soda.
Wait, one more. The burn. Though, shortly after Miss Kelly's first confession, police arrested Eccles and his close friend Baldwin, 8 months after his original confession. On February 17th, 94, Miss Kelly made another statement to police. His lawyer, Dan Stidham, remained in the room and continually advised Miss Kelly not to say anything. Miss Kelly ignored this advice and went on to detail how the boys were abused and murdered. Stidham, who later elected to a municipal judgeship, has written a detailed critique of what he asserts are major police errors and misconceptions during their investigation. Stidham made similar comments during a radio interview in May 2010. So, this is where we're talking about. There are so many discrepancies. What the fuck?
First, information leak. Second, illegal methods.
Illegal methods of interrogation.
Meaning, no matter what evidence you could gather from that.
No matter if you're playing good cop, bad cop, it's still fucking, yeah.
For people who might not understand, if it's an illegal method of evidence gathering, it wouldn't matter if it's accurate or not.
It would still get thrown out in court.
Because you broke several laws then.
Yep. Even if you are the law and you break laws, there's consequences to people who do that shit.
I was taking this from my arm.
Okay. Alrighty then. Here we go. Vicky Hutchinson. Okay. What do we know about Vicky Hutchinson? She was a new resident of West Memphis and would play an important role in the investigation, although she would later recant her testimony. There's a lot of recanting going on.
Probably because they were forced to.
It's either they saw something or they didn't see nothing, or they don't know anything, or it's word of mouth or mass hysteria.
Or, unfortunately, police being jags.
Maybe, I don't know. But the thing is, you gotta think about this too, is that when we're dealing with something that in the 90s, where, like I said, the satanic panic was a big thing back then in the 90s.
Mental health was barely starting to scratch the surface of
mental health issues were beginning to make its appearance known and shit like that. So
more than its appearance, no, they've known about mental health issues.
They just didn't know how to identify it
or how to care for it.
Satanic panic. Okay, hold on. All right.
And as a small town.
Yeah, let's see. We've been the satanic panic in the 90s. It sounds like a sitcom.
To our knowledge, it might as well be one.
For reals. Alright. Alright, so satanic panic. A moral panic characterized by allegation of satanic ritual abuse. So, in the like I said, guys, in the 90s, everybody, like,
according to the 90s, everyone and their mother was doing the same thing.
Yeah, according to everybody and their mamas, like, if you were associated with people who wore black all the time, who you know,
who listened to metal or any loud music.
Who was basically.
You were into a cult.
You were either in a cult or you were like, rumors were spreading out. Okay, you were like in a cult. You were
either in a cult, practicing Satanism, or other bullshit.
Yeah. If someone had turned up dead, it was automatically a form of or automatically.
You were the big card.
Yeah. Satanic panic. Ritual murder, human sacrifice. I mean, where does one fucking stop with the bullshit? I mean, you have satanic murders like Pazuzu and all that shit.
Yeah, there are some.
Pazuzu is gonna be our next subject. Until we finish the West Memphis 3. So
it might be a while.
Yeah, well.
At our rate.
It's gonna be there. I mean, we've been doing this for a minute now. Like, you guys don't understand the way we work, our process. And it's going to come in parts. Sometimes you'll have the Golden Matthew on staff, and then you'll have me. So, my hair.
The hair of Dre.
My fucking, I got a knot in my hair.
No, it was tape.
That's tape. Oh, yeah, that's tape.
Like I said, it explains so much.
Pretty much.
Cursed tape. It's so adhesive.
For reals. Oh, alright. We're gonna end here at Vicky Hutchinson. So we'll continue. I'll probably be by myself. Golden Matthew will not be here till Saturday, right?
Well, I'll be here by fucking Thursday night, but you're not.
Yeah. When I'm off, he's there. He's here, but I will continue on Thursday night. Well, I'll finish it if I have to by myself, like I did Gacy and Luca Magnotta and all that. So.
But if you want one of my theories.
Yes. Enlighten us.
My theory is the reason why the cops are trying to blame those three so much is because one of the cops did it.
That could be a theory.
And I have a big theory about it of it's the same cop that's getting those confessions, the evidence, and all that shit.
We'll see what the evidence in the cases say.
So it might be a mindfuck, it might not be. We'll see.
Okay, need I remind you guys, these three were released with 18 years of time served.
With a very high likelihood of done
because
nothing.
The evidence had brought up that none of the men now had any credible evidence or anything like that. They had all had pled through Alford pleas. So you gotta take that into consideration, because they said in the documentary I was also watching, there was no really credible evidence against them.
And the fact that there was the issue that there was someone else's fucking DNA at the scene.
Exactly. But this is another thing
but
too.
no one knew who.
This is another thing too. They were thinking it was like when I was watching I was watching the documentary. You guys, you gotta watch it. It's on Disney and on Discovery. Fuck.
I was about to say, that's on Disney and Disney's trash.
Discovery Plus. My bad. Don't come at me, Disney. I'm sorry.
We are too small for Disney.
Yeah, we are too small for Disney. Like, seriously.
We cannot afford to get sued up our asses.
Yeah, I can't afford it. I got a
We can
child.
barely afford shit right now.
I just saved up for my tattoo. No, I was gonna say, fuck. Discovery Plus has a show about the West Memphis 3. Watch it. Because you're gonna figure out a lot of bullshit along the way. As long as, because I was reading the book and I was already questioning when I was reading the book. Why were they circling around Christopher Byers' stepdad? They had a lot of assumptions about it because they said that he was a rat, that he actually was working with police because he had debt, like drug debt and all this other shit. So we're gonna get back to that to see. This is what I'm telling you. This is where so many discrepancies are popping up.
And it doesn't help that I pointed out that fucking cop as well.
Yeah, and then like the way
It's like, it could be the cop, the dad, or both.
it could be, but then we don't know. They don't know yet. They're saying it could be someone else completely different.
Also, I said bribery
Yeah.
is involved.
And then they get this. Okay, so why? Okay, when they had told the parents like that the kids had passed, or they were found, their bodies were found. Why did the policeman? Why did the detectives nonchalantly mention how Christopher Byers was mutilated to his stepdad, instead of taking him privately away, or like pulling him to the side and like this is what?
One, that fucker already knew. Two, they were working together on something.
We don't know. This is the whole thing. We don't know who actually did it. This is the whole fucking who's done it. It's a fucking.
It's basically a fucking cold case.
It still is a cold case. They don't know who fucking did it.
And unfortunately, whether we like it or not, we can't gather enough evidence.
Yeah, and then 3 boys. Where they went in as boys and came out as men. They were fucking like accused and fucking proven like, oh my god,
proven completely innocent.
Yeah, even though they knew details of the fucking case because it was word of mouth.
Word of mouth is a very powerful weapon.
Oh my god!
And it's something people don't realize until it's already too late.
Exactly. All right, so we're gonna get back.
I got overheated, people.
Yeah, you guys. Okay, so you guys don't even. If you guys don't know, we can watch. You can find the clips on YouTube. You can watch it on Discovery Plus. You can read. You can actually pick up a book called "The Devil's Knot: The West Memphis 3 Murders." I suggest you guys do all this shit. If you guys want to keep investing in all this other stuff, like you said, this is why we bring Odd Pods. This is why we call it Odd Pods with the Odd Rod. We bring up the weirdest cases that we can find. And
then she gets my input, and then suddenly I bring to like new issues.
Yeah, we kind of question the investigation. We question the fucking investigation. Then we kind of try to make sense of it, and I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, tune in tomorrow, guys. I'll be in by myself. If not, I'll probably be in Thursday.
And if not on either of those, she'll call me.
Yeah, if you're not, I'll get a hold of the Golden Matthew, and we'll do this our way.
I'll be in my room fucking chilling.
Yep. So. You guys, thank you so much for your continued support. I forgot we have a new we have a new listener in Germany. So Danke, if you're listening, I really appreciate it.
Hello.
So we really appreciate you guys' support and all this stuff. Don't be afraid to hit us up with a subject you guys want to hear. We're all open, and yeah. You guys have a good one. Be safe out there. Don't do nothing stupid. Wear a mask. Don't do drugs, exactly. Don't do drugs, wear a mask, wash your hands.
Don't go outside.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Just behave yourselves, goddammit.
Or just don't go outside.
True. Alright, guys, it's been Odd Rod and
Golden Matthew.
We're signing out. Peace.